Hey everybody, it's Ryan again, and I promised to bring you my Force of Will Charlotte deck, and here it is. Um, that's the deck box I use when I play. I also have the accompanying playmat, and I thought it was awesome. A little bit about me personally, in the Army, spent 2 years in Korea, actually visited the DMZ and toured the Joint Security Area, JSA, have pictures of me in that building where you can go into North Korea technically. So, been there, done that, got the pictures, T-shirt, all that happy fun stuff. So, anyway, love the deck box. When I play, I flip the deck box to face my opponent, so I just see Grumpy Kim from Legion, and my opponent gets to read this wonderful message of "You displease me." And then when I have the playmat, I flip it around to face them, so my opponent not only sees it on my deck box, but they can read it. However, I got this lovely Echoes of the New World playmat, my local game store, last weekend, and I actually like it. I think it's pretty cool. It's got the Book of Light, Book of Darkness, and Fire Dude in the middle there. So I'm digging the Echoes of the New World playmat, and so I'm gonna rock that for the time being. But anyway, that's my deck box for Charlotte. So, and it kind of sums up how her as a ruler, she is not your tier 1 Lumia ruler. It, she wants to be there. I mean, there are some great cards. I mean, Legacy Lost has an amazing Charlotte in it. It gets plus 200 for each card in your hand, and this card, uh, when you J activate, you refill your hand, so it's almost like your Shaman from Pokemon, your Jace the Mind Sculptor. So the idea is to dump your hand and then refill it. But that's kind of a problem with the deck that I've built, so let's get into it. Here are the first 4 resonators that I run, and it's this guy, Servant. And he has a when this card enters the battlefield, and you can already see the problem with this deck. This deck is heavy when this card enters the battlefield effects. The reason for that and my thought process, again, a little about me. Gonna go back to what I've played, and where I've come from, and that's this game right here. So, comparing this good game to this Granddaddy game, and that's with this card. It's a 1-drop. You're basically getting a mana counter, so the cost for this card net in the end is 0. That's a good thing. However, when it enters the battlefield, and that's a problem because of cards like that Mad Poet. Who say, here we go, focus, 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 magic focus. Resonators entering your opponent's field do not cause their abilities to trigger. So, it's basically a 1-drop 2/2. I'm going to leave him here. And we're going to come back to him because you're going to see some things. Next card I run is the Water God. Because who doesn't like to have ramp? Why do you have ramp in this deck? Get to that in a minute. This is for Charlotte's discard ability. Basically, it's to go to your graveyard so you can draw a card. Then we have another, oh my goodness, when this card enters your field, return target rested resonator to your owner's hand. Again, shut down by this guy. Because this deck is lacking a lot of opponent resonator hate. And then we got the Ancient Ice, Guide to the Ancient Ice Wall, who, great card, returns target resonator, or excuse me, target resonator cannot be blocked. And then this was actually the WinCon right there. Pull that up. So it's a 2 water, 7 mini. number of cards in hand decreases that by 1, so you can potentially get out for 2. And that's the win con. Also, what's a blue deck without Hook? So you have Hook facing Mad Poet. Not really good on that matchup. Anyway, now let's go on to the other chance spells, all that happy, fun, good stuff I run in this deck, or I did run in this deck. Let's see, Summoning from Memoria, which is from this other nameless card game, Ponder, which always should be good. However, what is good in this card game is not necessarily good in Force of Will. Next card I run for Charlotte, Water, Transformation Magic, because this card is awesome for shutting him down during your turn and getting out this guy. But now instead of paying 5, you're actually paying 6 to get Hook out, and that's not where you want to be. That's mid to late game, and if your game's dragging on that long, well, you should be dead already. Let's see, next I run Shackles of Ice. And then Charlotte's Water Dragon Technique, which can also shut down Alhamat, but then it turns he gets a basically 2/2. Now he's Flying Dragon, but he loses that text, which is good for this deck. Next, got Ancient Frozen Casket, and then Ancient Knowledge, because it's better than the Force of Will Ponder. Finally, I have Rising from the Depths, which to me is an amazing card for this deck because of things like the Crazy Mad Poet. You want to run more of these in this deck, given you don't see Severing Winds, because I made this deck before Severing Winds and made it before Echoes of the New World. There are no Echoes of the New World cards in here. If I was going to run this deck again, I would actually change out my ruler. I would do a Flute deck for my my blue, for my water. Personally, I'm not a fan of water or blue from the nameless game right here, because I'm not a control player. However, I saw some potential with Captain Hook and sorry, pardon the glare, our Ice Dragon. So I saw some potential with these cards. I mean, you got 1,000 for 5. And you can have 2-drop 12/12. I mean, that to me was appealing, and that's what I was trying for with this deck. I'm not going to post the deck list. You can go through and watch the video. It's not the best deck list. Again, she's not a tier 1. But this is my first Force of Will deck that I put out there. My next deck that I've actually built, I need to get a new J ruler, is, you can guess the color of it. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, that's my water deck. Sorry, it's not my water deck. Excuse me. We gotta go through the stones. Do you want to go through the stones? Can you guess what they all are? Can you guess how many there are? Yep, 10 water stones. Time to shuffle my stone deck. Am I gonna get a shiny one or a regular one? Oh, shiny. Foil. Anyway, so main reason I made this deck was I thought Hook would be more a threat in the meta, and he is a threat, but not in my local meta so much. Local meta is not terribly big. Actually, not pretty. They have it every week at my LGS. Went again this week, and I was the only one there. But thankfully, this time I had 2 decks that I could actually teach somebody with if I wanted to. So I love the game. Not sure what my next video is going to be or when it's going to be out, but anyway, hope you enjoyed my Charlotte deck. Anyway, like, subscribe, whatever, and when we get to, I'm thinking when we get to 100 subscribers, I will talk about the purple pack over here. But I want to try to keep this focused on this game stuff, because there's plenty of you content creators out there who have this in your bank account that you can talk about things like this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to y'all later.